there thou shalt do what I do to do. God says, you don't put your money in dead stuff. You put it in the place where I choose. See? So I don't care how much you're going to. I see this church down the road and they need help. What, buddy, your money dead. That's finished. They need help. We need to help them. Yeah, that's a mission offering. You just gave a mission offering. See? And if you want to keep giving mission offering, then that's your business. But God says, you put your offerings, your tithe, your first fruit in the place that I choose. Are you here? I can see some of y'all getting bored with this. So number three. Your season is important. You all find my bottle yet? I'm moving pretty slow. Empty your bottle in the fridge and bring it. Number 3, season is important. 2 Kings chapter 4. 2 Kings chapter 4. And then we're going to end right here. Season is important. Season. Say, season is important. Say it again. Season is important. All right. Now watch this. Soil is important. Seed is important. And season is important. The Bible says, 2 Kings chapter 4, put it on the screen for me, verse 1. There came a woman to the prophet. Say prophet. Boy, it's good to have one of them. Not a preacher, a prophet. There came a woman to the prophet. And she looked at the prophet and she said, my husband, your servant, is dead. Watch me good. And the creditor has come to take my 2 sons. Because see, today they collect your house and your car and the little bit of clothes you got when you don't pay people their money. But in that day, they come for your children. And she came to the prophet and she said, now listen here, prophet, this is your servant. He is my husband, but he is your servant. Which tells me he was a good servant, but a poor father. Lord, I ain't got time to go into this. See, you could devote your time to this house, but if you ain't a good father, it don't mean nothing. He left his children and his family with nothing. He served the man of God, but he did not have anything. Put it in the center, in the center, in the center. He did not have anything. Good servant in the choir singing, on the usher board ushering, in the children's church, out in the parking lot. He did all of that stuff, but he did not leave anything for his children. Men of God, you better hear me. I don't care how much you serve in this house, and you can work 20 hours and 50 hours and 100 hours a week. If you die of this world and don't leave your children, your family with anything, you have failed. Keep partying and boogieing down. Your children will suffer if you die. We need to put men head on our bodies. Stop being children. You have husbands still trying to be boys. You are married now. Be a man. Put a head on your body and prepare for your family. Your children, your child soon be 18 years old and out of school. What you going to do? Look up in her face? Anyway, that's hard preaching. But he did not prepare. And he died. I can tell you this, if I die today, my family's straight. Oh yeah, they straight. Are you here? So he did not prepare. And watch this. When he came to the prophet, when she came to the prophet, she said, my husband, your servant, is dead. Now watch what he said. What do you want me to do for you? He said, what do you have in your house? Whew. She said, all I have is a pot of oil. The pot of oil was sitting over in the corner. She looked at it as nothing in the corner. She said, all I have is pot of oil. Now watch this. Her assumption was this: if I go to the church, if I go to the pastor can help me. That's the concept of Christians. We always look into the church for help. Boy, messing up some of y'all bad today. But the prophet said, I'm going to help you, but there ain't no handouts today. He said, what do you have in your house? She said, a pot of oil. He said, go get the pot of oil. Go in the house and shut the door. And you and your sons. You know why he said shut the door? Because what go on in your house ain't nobody business. Some of you talk too much. See, when you going through problems, the only person this lady talked to was her man of God. Nobody else. And he said, when you leave my presence, you go home and you shut the door and don't tell nobody. See, for some of you, you talk to everybody. That one give you an opinion. The next one give you an opinion. That one give you an opinion. The next one give you an opinion. And when you leave out of their presence, you just as confused as fruit. And this is what the man of God said. He said, go in there. And he said, go to everyone you know and borrow vessels. Not a few of them, borrow a whole lot. So watch this. She was limited only by how much vessels she brought back. He said, just so much vessels you bring back, that's just how much God's going to bless you. So she said to her sons, go out and bring me vessels, not a few. Come here, Frankie. Come here, Brother Brent. So watch this. She had a pot of oil, not knowing that the pot of oil that was in her house was enough to make her a millionaire. You have something in your house that can pay off all your debt. Ain't nobody received that. Lord, I wish like somebody could have ears to hear in here. It's sitting right in the corner of your house. That pot of oil was sitting in the corner of the house. But she looked at it and said it was insignificant. The woman was broke. They were going to take her children, take her house, take her car. And she had a pot of oil that can make her rich sitting right in the corner. See, you're going around asking all these people to help you. Help me, help me, help me. God says if you sit in your house long enough, you will see that I gave you something to help yourself. I'm preaching better than you all shouting. And watch this. Watch this. Pick up those balls. Pick them out. He said, go in your house, shut the door, and this is what I want you to do. Pour out. And when that one is full, pour out. And when that one is full, pour out. When that one is full, pour out. Now, all the time she's pouring, watch me good, he didn't give her any direction while she was pouring. The only thing she was doing was being obedient. See? Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. There are a whole lot of you that come in my office and I give you some instruction and you won't do them yet. I preach from this pulpit as your man of God and as your prophet and give you direction.